efficiency, style, or capability, the Amato team is here to help you in every step of the way. It's all part of our family's 70-year commitment to quality, service, and better car buying experience. Start your search today at AmatoAuto.com. Amato, driven to make you happy.
Amato driven.
Your need-to-know cultural snapshot of Wisconsin and beyond. This is What's on Tap with Sandy Max, sponsored by Visit Milwaukee. A deep dive into all things intriguing, riveting, and entertaining. Now live from the Bank 59 studio at the Wisconsin State Fair. Here's your host, Sandy Max.
Thanks so much for hanging out after the Milwaukee Brewers game. We are together until 8 o'clock, and I am delighted to bring you a conversation with Friday night's headliner on the Wisconsin State Fair, Bank 59 main stage, Lindsey Stirling, queen of the electric violin, and so much more. She dances, she sings, she flies through the sky, and she will be here at the Wisconsin State Fair Friday night on that main stage, performing for all ages. She's a real ray of light. I think you'll enjoy this conversation. So that is coming up at 7:35 after we check in with the newscast. But before that, we have some time together. And as far as Milwaukee Brewers games, this one didn't go the way we wanted it to. Some pins and needles there, extra innings. But the Brewers go to Los Angeles. They face the Dodgers tomorrow through Sunday. And tomorrow night and Friday night, 8:35 is when our game coverage starts, which means you and I get to spend pretty much an extra half hour together. So that means a little more What's on Tap to bring you the stories and sounds and sights and sometimes even the smells from the Wisconsin State Fair. Speaking of smells, I'm very excited to tell you I got an update with my favorite scooper trooper, Piper. If you followed along the past few years, I met Piper. She was 15 years old, and that's what it is, scooping the poop here at the Wisconsin State Fair. And she has come back every single year because it's a great way for students to earn money for whatever they want to do. And she has been saving up to study marine biology in France. So I got to find her today. So you will hear from Piper tomorrow to find out an update on her scooping and trooping here and that pretty intense job. I'm also excited that tomorrow, Bobby Way of Bobby Way and the Fabulous Wayouts. He has achieved something no other musical performer has. You realize that Bobby Way has performed at every single day of every single Wisconsin State Fair since 1992. That is hundreds of shows, and he is performing every day this year at the Tropics. So Bobby Way will be my guest tomorrow night. So I've been making some plans, and if you're making plans and maybe daydreaming, you know the Powerball, it is officially up to a $1 billion jackpot. And the drawing is in a couple hours. If you're hearing this and going, you know what? I also feel like it's $2. That's a heck of a return on investment. Even if you're the kind of person who never plays the lottery and chuckles when other people buy a lottery ticket and daydream, you know what? I got to think that would be a pretty life-changing. Even $1 million would be life-changing, but $1 billion? That'd be incredible. So I put my mind on it. What could you do with $1 billion? That's a pretty, general question. Well, I looked up how much a cream puff is. If you just bought one cream puff instead of like 6 or 3, one cream puff is $7. If you won $1 billion, you could buy 142,857,142 cream puffs and still have $6 left over. But then I thought, well, could that, how many people could you share cream puffs with? So the Wisconsin population, as of the latest census last summer, 5,972,787 people, which means if you won $1 billion, you could give every person in Wisconsin 23.9 cream puffs. So almost 2 dozen cream puffs, and you'd still have about 5 million cream puffs left over. And also, if you're not a cream puff person, but you like those lemonade shake-ups, same numbers, because it's about $7 to get one of those large lemonade shake-ups. Oh, with the lemon juice and the sugar and the ice. Oh, so refreshing. So see how generous you could be just with food and beverages, much less donating to your favorite charities or just buying some fun stuff. And I know, yes, there are some of you going, you don't get a full $1 billion. $10. You have to have taxes, and whether you get the lump sum, you'd still have a whole lot of money to have a whole lot of fun at the Wisconsin State Fair or any of your favorite places and make a big difference in your life and for your family and friends. And I say, if you get a lottery ticket tonight, good luck in Powerball. And remember that I said good luck, so that way you can remember me fondly if you are the big winner. So have some fun tonight. The next Powerball drawing is tonight, 10 p.m. Central Time. And stay with me here on What's on Tap. We will hear from Lindsey Sterling, electric violinist, and more next on What's on Tap.
You might not think of Burkhart for corporate uniforms and other business apparel, but you should, because a lot of businesses do. And it's because most times we're cheaper than our competition on the same high-quality apparel choices that the other guys offer, plus Nike and Under Armour that the other guys can't get. So for businesses and corporations, if you want your employees to look great while representing your brand, and you want to get your apparel for less, you can't beat Burkhart, your business uniform specialists.
You can't beat Burkhart.
A new deck from Outdoor Living Unlimited is built to last. We are Wisconsin's #1 TimberTech deck installation team. For amazing ideas, go to Outdoor Living Unlimited's Instagram page. For a free estimate, go to OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com.
Welcome back to Ask Hasslis. I'm Weston. What's your question?
Is this one of those viral pranks?
Beg your pardon?
I think you promote Hasslis Mattresses employee-free showrooms just to lure me in so you can film a practical joke on me to go viral.
Sir, I assure you, we take employee-free mattress shopping very seriously.
What do? Tie me to a bed and spray me with silly string?
We simply let you try our selection of Beautyrest, Sealy Posturepedic, and more without commission-crazy salespeople breathing down your neck.
Good one.
Others sell a Beauty Sleep by Beautyrest Queen Elm Cove A mattress for $1,599, but Hasslis has it for just $794.
Sure you do.
And through Monday, get a free adjustable base with the purchase of a select Sealy Posturepedic or Beautyrest mattress, plus free next-day delivery.
So shopping at Hasslis won't make me TikTok famous?
Absolutely not.
Darn.
Open 9 to 9. Find an employee-free showroom near you or shop online at Hasslis.com.
I'm Vince Vitrano, joined today by Dr. Corey Casper from Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin.
So we treat a lot of joint issues, cartilage issues, also issues with tendons. So if you've got a knee that's just been bugging you, and maybe you've seen a doctor or two and they haven't given you many options outside of some steroid injections or surgery, that's where we come in and find other treatment options that may help your knee feel better.
Get started online now at orthowisconsin.com.
Summer's biggest tradition is back. The Wisconsin State Fair returns August 6th through the 16th with 11 days of family fun. Enjoy legendary cream puffs, can't miss fair foods, live music, thrilling rides in Spin City, amazing animal exhibits, shopping, and entertainment around every corner. Whether you're craving a classic corn dog or this year's newest food creations, there's something for everyone. Get your tickets today and start planning your visit at wistatefair.com. We'll see you at the Wisconsin State Fair.
You're listening to What's on Tap with Sandy Max on WTMJ.
You will definitely see us at the Wisconsin State Fair. We are broadcasting live for the Bank 5-9 studio at the Wisconsin State Fair, right next to the Guest Services Information booth on the Central Mall here, right near one end of the Sky Glider. And it is another beautiful summer night. Stroll around, enjoy the sights, the sounds, and the flavors of the Wisconsin State Fair. And speaking of the flavors, Leff's Miller Lite Sports Bar and Grill, which is right at the tunnel entrance, right at 2nd Street of the Grandstand Avenue, next to the Wisconsin Products Pavilion. Big thank you to Leff's Miller Lite Sports Bar and Grill for making sure that we are fueled up with some of their best food and beverages. And they just a fun spot to hang out, too, at Leff's Miller Lite Sports Bar and Grill, because as soon as you come up from that tunnel, you get to hear the fun bands that they've been booking there, whether it's the Britons or some classic rock cover bands. They really have the action going there. So one of the many stops that you can make here at the Wisconsin State Fair. And I am Sandy Max. I am happy that you have joined me. In just a few minutes, you will hear from Lindsey Sterling, the musician, the electric violinist, and performer extraordinaire who will be headlining here at the Wisconsin State Fair on Friday on the Big Bang 5-9 main stage. So stay with me. But right now we go to the WTMJ Breaking News Center. Here is Jen Gregg.
Thanks, Sandy. The Marquette University student driving the car involved in a deadly crash will head to trial. 22-year-old Peter McColgan faces 2 felony charges of homicide by negligent operation of a vehicle in the deaths of his lacrosse teammates Noah Schneider and Scott Michaud. Prosecutors allege that McColgan was speeding through a yellow light last September when his car was hit by Amandrea Brunner as she tried to make a left turn. She was acquitted of the same charges in June. McColgan will be arraigned on September 4th. A crash causes a full lane closure on northbound I-43 in Walworth County.
A semi-truck hauling something that says flammable on it went off the road at the time. I have no update on the driver at the moment. At 251, it sounds like it's going to be a nitrogen tank that's on the back of the semi.
Audio from Broadcastify. Preliminary information indicates a semi-truck was hauling 78,000 gallons of liquid nitrogen when it rolled over into a ditch. The hazmat team was dispatched to check for tank leakage. And Decision, Wisconsin. Nick Olinger has won the Republican primary for Waukesha County Sheriff. Olinger defeated County Board Supervisor John Scheidmeier with about 65% of the vote. There is no Democratic candidate in the race, meaning Olinger will run unopposed in November and is expected to become the county's next sheriff. Olinger currently serves as captain of the Sheriff's Office Detective Bureau. He campaigned on bringing body cameras to deputies and addressing staffing shortages. The November election is November 3rd. Taking a look at the roads with your WTMJ Time Saver traffic. As I mentioned before, on I-43 North, it is closed beyond Highway 50, just all the way from Delavan to Elkhorn. So keep an eye out if you have to head that way. Time for your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Tonight, muggy with areas of fog, a low of 68. Thursday, mostly cloudy and muggy, a chance of midday rain, a high of 78. Friday, partly cloudy with a chance of showers, a high of 78. Saturday, mostly cloudy, warm and humid with showers and storms likely, a high of 85. And Sunday, partly cloudy, warm and humid with a chance of thunderstorms, a high of 84. In Madison, it's 81. In Green Bay, it's 78. In Milwaukee, it's 76 degrees. I'm Jen Gregg. Outdoor Living Unlimited WTMJ News Time is 7:32.
Accunet Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLS ID 255368.
This is Brian Wicker, Chief Homebuyer Helper with Wisconsin's own Accunet Mortgage. Nicer homes are still getting multiple offers over asking, and there's only one winner per listing. I want to help you be that winner, which is why I just increased the Rock Solid Pre-Approval Guarantee to $10,000. It's all about getting the seller to pick your offer over the others. So Accunet is now guaranteeing in writing to pay the seller $10,000 American bucks if we can't make good on the terms of your fully verified Rock Solid Pre-Approval. Banks don't do that. We're willing to stand behind our work and stand behind you with a $10,000 guarantee that sellers will definitely notice. Maybe you've been writing offers and losing, which feels terrible, or maybe you're just starting out. Either way, don't settle for a flimsy bank pre-approval and let someone else end up sleeping in your dream home. Give the seller 10,000 reasons to say yes to your offer with Accunet's new $10,000 Rock Solid Seller Guarantee. Get started with yours today at accunet.com.
Do you know the secret to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day? At Milwaukee Weight Loss, we know the secret. Our doctor-developed, easy-to-follow weight loss program helps you lose weight fast, naturally and safely, and with no drugs or injections with risk of serious side effects, no prepackaged meals, bars, shakes, and no exercising required. Our program helps reset your metabolism so you can keep the weight off for good with a coach for ongoing support. Our program costs up to half as much and works up to twice as fast as most other programs. Go to MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com to schedule your free consultation.
Back to school season always seems to get everyone back on a schedule. So here's my question. When are you going to make yourself part of that routine? I'm Steve Scafidi, and that's exactly what I did with Milwaukee Weight Loss. Honestly, I wish I would have started sooner. I'm feeling better. I've got more energy because it really, really works. Right now, if you enroll by August 31st, you'll save $200 on the complete Milwaukee Weight Loss program. Don't keep putting it off. Visit MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. Schedule your free consultation today. Results may vary.
Can it get any easier? I don't think so. James, you can get an online order done at martyspizza.net in 30 seconds.
And we've made it easy to order all the favorites that a lot of Marty's Pizza lovers gotta have.
Our classic sausage and pepperoni pizza or lasagna and masticholi entrees. They're all delicious. Marty's Pizza in Delafield and martyspizza.net for easy online ordering.
Register online for Red Card Loyalty, and after 15 pizzas, you'll get your next one free!
Marty's Pizza. Do you was in the past. It doesn't get any better than that. Remember Marty's Pizza.
This is What's on Tap with Sandy Max.
We're back to What's on Tap, sponsored by Visit Milwaukee. Handcrafted, homegrown, world class. Discover more at visitmilwaukee.org. Welcome to What's on Tap. Award-winning musician, songwriter, performer. You've seen her on America's Got Talent and Dancing with the Stars. She is Lindsey Stirling. We are excited to welcome you back to the Wisconsin State Fair Friday, August 14th on the Big Bank 59 main stage. And you were here in 2023 at the Wisconsin State Fair. Been a few years, but when I say Wisconsin, what do you think of?
We had so much fun at the State Fair last time. State Fairs always just provide such a unique experience when you're on tour. Every day is kind of the same on tour. And so I remember at the Wisconsin State Fair last time, we went into the festival and we rode some of the rides. We saw some pigs. I think one of my dancers even rode a camel. We had such a great time. And then it gets you in this really festive spirit to then go put on a show.
That's a great experience. I'm glad it puts you in the mood to entertain, that we could entertain you as well. So there are a lot of people who are excited to see you, a lot of people curious to see you for the first time. What do you tell people who have never experienced a Lindsey Stirling concert in person before? What can they expect?
I think people are always quite surprised. Even people who have followed me for years, when they come to a show for the first time, the reaction I always get is that, wow, that was a lot of energy, and they didn't expect me to dance as much as I do, and but I love that my show is full of a lot of spectacle. I've got amazing dancers, amazing musicians, there's costumes and costume changes, there's props, there's choreography. It's just a very theatrical experience, and everybody from little kids to teenagers to grandparents come to the shows, and everybody seems to walk away with something different.
And how many people are on stage with you?
Usually, for most of the show, there's 4 dancers and 2 band members. So there's 7 of us. I can count 7 of us on the stage most of the time.
Like you said, it is a big production. There is a lot to see. There is a lot to do. And I love that you get to do your costume changes.
I love the costume design. I've always been a bit of a crafty girly. And so getting to work on the costumes is always really fun. And yeah, I love that it's a very physical show. It's very energetic. I get in the best shape of my life whenever I'm on tour. But yeah, it's from start to finish, just full of energy, full of storytelling. So yeah.
Between your real physical dancing and the electric violin attached to you and the storytelling and the singing, combining all that, which part do you find the most challenging, that you have to think the most about when you're on stage?
Probably the singing, because I'm a violinist first, a dancer second, a storyteller always. But yeah, singing is something I don't do as often, and I only do it once, maybe twice in the show. And so I really have to go to a different part of the brain and be like, oh my gosh, it's time to sing. It's time to sing. Focus, deep breath. You have to think very differently when you're playing the violin. It's a different regiment of staying smooth, keeping control up here, but having to control vocal cords is a totally different thought process. And so I always have to really shift my gears really quickly right before I take that breath to sing.
I would think that's part of the fun, though, part of the creative challenge.
Absolutely. Getting to wear a lot of different hats in the show. I will say, a lot of times when you're touring, you kind of, it's easy as an artist to just get complacent or bored with your show because you do the same thing over and over again. But this show is complicated enough and it's, physically taxing enough that I don't get to just clock out and go to, I always really have to be, one, for safety's sake, and also just for the fact that there's a lot of switching beats. It's kind of exciting that I have to stay very mentally present in the show, and it makes it so that I don't get complacent and lazy.
Lazy, absolutely not an adjective anyone could use in describing you. Lindsey Stirling on the Big Bank 59 main stage at the Wisconsin State Fair Friday night, and continuing this chat with me about songwriting, how her violins get their names, and flying around on stage. So keep it here on What's on Tap.
The historic Fox and Hound Supper Club is the most beautiful, unique, and affordable summer dining destination. WTMJ's John Merck here. I love the Fox and Hounds. When you buy one dinner, your second dinner is free, including prime rib every Wednesday and Saturday, desserts and ice cream drinks, buy one, get one free. Order a hand-cut choice ribeye steak, pan-seared scallops, the roasted duck, pan-fried walleye, pasta, the ribs, any entree, your second dinner is free. 7 nights a week. Wow, what a value. Relax with a cold beverage on that patio in the woods, then dinner in one of the 8 unique dining rooms. Your second dinner is free. It is a dining experience at the historic Fox and Hounds. The award-winning Fox and Hounds Supper Club off Highway 167 near Holy Hill. The drive through the Kettle Moraine is stunning. A Wisconsin summer must-see. Wherever you live, it's worth the beautiful drive and free dinner at the Fox and Hounds. So step away from your kitchen, call and reserve your free dinner today. It's the famous Fox and Hounds.
Here's a Wisconsin number worth knowing. Today's fourth graders are the entry-level workforce of 2035. But here in Milwaukee, just 9% of them can read on grade level. 9%. That's a workforce challenge, an economy challenge, a challenge for our future. Milwaukee's families, civic leaders, and businesses are working together to change it, and it's important that we all know where things really stand. Learn how City Ford Collective is working to improve outcomes for all of Milwaukee's students and strengthen our state's future at cityfordcollective.org.
Transform your home in one weekend and save big money at Menards. Protect and enjoy your outdoor living space with Thompson's semi-transparent wood sealer. It maintains wood's natural color and provides durable, year-round protection from water and sun damage in just one coat. Save big money on Thompson's water seal products. Our knowledgeable team is ready to help bring your dreams to life 1 gallon at a time. Stop by your local Menards today.
Save big money at Menards.
For growing businesses, digital marketing shouldn't be a gamble. If your business needs results, not guesswork, it's time for a different approach. At Margle Media, we deliver real results for businesses in an evolving digital world. Backed by data, guided by strategy, and focused on actionable outcomes. We partner with businesses of all sizes to drive growth locally or nationwide. Set up a free consultation today. Visit us at marglemedia.com. That's MARGLE media.com.
From those with no experience to firearms enthusiasts, all are welcome at Mission 94 Firearms Education Center. The staff is deeply committed to providing a welcoming and engaging environment for everyone at every level. Learn the right way to handle firearms, level up your skills, and experience replica firearms from different historical eras while learning about their role in protecting our freedoms throughout history. Visit veteran-owned and managed Mission 94 in Kenosha today. Check out the 5-star reviews. Just Google Mission 94.
What's on Tap with Sandy Max is back on WTMJ.
We are talking with Lindsey Sterling, musician and songwriter, and she is back at the Wisconsin State Fair Friday, August 14th on the Bank 5-9 main stage with a full spectacle. And I heard you say it's always about the storytelling. How does a story come to mind? Are you often inspired by something that happens in your real life, or are you kind of going off in the fantasy world? Where does most of your inspiration for these stories come from?
It comes from both of those. It's a yes and. The stories always start with like my own experiences. And I think that when I first started my career, it was a lot easier to personify my feelings and characters, rather than come, out in the open and just share that like I had anorexia and I got out of it. Like that was really scary to say at first, and now it's something I'm very comfortable talking about. But at the time, I decided to tell the story through a ballerina that was stuck in a music box and felt like she had to be perfect and wanted to break free. And it's amazing how doing it in that way, and then coming and sharing what it meant to me. It was so cool to see what these stories meant to every single person because it meant something different, and so when you tell stories through characters, it allows everybody to put themselves in the place of that character, whether it's a fantasy world or whether it's a butterfly, like whatever it is, people can be like, I know how that feels to be stuck. I know how that feels to be, scared and rise to the occasion. And so that's why I love storytelling through characters.
And I think it's wonderful how art can bring about conversation, even when it's a difficult subject. It's great to sing about being in love, but it's also great to sing about these real life experiences that can truly connect. And Lindsey, I feel like you're such a positive force. What is a song that you are really looking forward to performing on stage? Is it a new one or is it a favorite that you just never get tired of playing?
You know, I do feel like every tour, I kind of have a new favorite, you know, that I'm like, oh, in this show, this one gets me amped. And in this show in particular, I love, one, the little story that we tell, but also the choreography for Firefly Alley. It's one of my newer songs, and it's just super powerful. And me and my dancers, it's all of our favorite.
Firefly Alley just conjures up a summer night. That sounds like a perfect song for the Wisconsin State Fair, doesn't it?
It sure does.
And Lindsay, on social media, you have shared a look at your treasured instruments in your violin collection. I absolutely love that you have names for them, ranging from Cleopatra and Starlight, Pickles, Ace, David Bowie. What does a violin have to do to earn its name?
Usually it's when it's a part of an experience, you know, like when I bring it on tour. One, it first started out because I just liked naming them, but it's actually quite practical to be able to like name them so my whole crew knows, like, oh, she's playing Cleopatra. Oh, she's playing Arwen, rather than being like, you know, the sparkly one with the stripes, you know, it's no, this is David Bowie. So it's very practical, but also, you know, once I've like kind of gained this connection or relationship with a violin, I feel like it deserves a name.
Which violin is making the trip to Wisconsin with you?
I've got several making that trip. We've got Lady right here. It's one of my acoustic violins. I love her. And then we've got Arwen, Cleopatra, and David Bowie, actually all making the trip.
Tell me about Lady, since she's with you right here. How did she earn her regal name?
You know, she's a very sweet sounding violin. And, you know, she's only the second old acoustic violin that I've bought. And I just loved her sound. I felt like it was a little bit like sweeter than Excalibur, which is a richer sound. And so it has a bold name. And then Lady's just like I said, I enjoy playing her because she's kind of sweet.
And it's interesting that you've brought Lady with you, an acoustic violin, because I think a lot of people associate you with electric violin. What drew you to the electric violin and allows you to express what you want to express?
You know, the electrics are amazing for tour because, one, they're more durable in the weather and climate changes that we go through. Also, I fly around while I play sometimes, and so just keeping them safe. You know, I'd rather do that with a plastic electric rather than a 50-year-old, 100-year-old acoustic violin. But also sonically, the electrics, they allow for a much more bold sound, which fits the, you know, the kind of music I play often. So sometimes with some of the songs that allow for the warmth of the acoustic violins, I'll play it, but most of the time it needs that like sharper sound of the electric.
And Lindsay, I like that you mentioned that you're going to fly around. I have seen aerial dancing and I've seen you harnessed up. So it sounds like you might be elevating in the air again.
You know, I love to fly. I love doing my aerial work. It really has made the show like gone, no pun intended, to another level. One of my dancers is also an aerialist. And so the two of us fly around in the show. It's been a very fun skill to work on, you know, in the last, probably I've been doing it for 5 years now. And it's just very empowering. I love it.
So as much as you're above the audience, you do take time to really chat with the audience. Do you really like look for people in the audience and give eye contact and talk to them? Or is it just more of a larger communal spirit?
It's all about the individual, to be honest. One thing that sometimes gets me motivated, if I'm ever having a day when I'm just not feeling well or I'm a little bit tired on tour, which happens, you know, we get exhausted or sick. The thing that motivates me isn't the fact that you're like, there's going to be 5,000 people out there. The thing that motivates me is like the posts that people share of like their little girl who's coming to the show and who's in her outfit and who's so excited. And it's like, that's who I'm performing for tonight. And so like some days on those particular days, I'll go search on social media to be like, who's coming tonight? Who am I performing for? Who's the one? And then when I'm also speaking on stage, yeah, you're speaking to like a huge group, but like the speech is about the one. And so whenever I speak, I really think about my nieces, my sisters, you know, who am I talking to?
Lindsay, we look forward to welcoming you back to Wisconsin and seeing you on stage again at the Wisconsin State Fair Friday, August 14th on the Big Bank 5-9 main stage. Thank you so much for your time and safe travels, and we look forward to seeing you here.
Awesome. I cannot wait. Thanks for having me.
And I can't wait. What a joy it is to talk with Lindsey Sterling. She's so creative. And I love that earlier in that conversation, she's like, wait, no, it keeps me from being lazy. I just can't imagine her being lazy. She's flying all around the stage. She can play violin. It's just, and it dances wonderfully. You can see that full Zoom chat if you text the word violin to the Siding Unlimited WTMJ talk and text line. Text violin to 855-616-1620. You text violin, we'll send you the YouTube link so you can watch that interview with Lindsey Sterling and see her violins, or share it with somebody that you know who loves Lindsey Sterling. And remember, she will be here Friday night on the Bank 5-9 main stage here at the Wisconsin State Fair. And since we've had the chance to hear from Lindsey Sterling sharing stories about her music, let's hear some of her music. Electric violin music that'll make you want to dance. A song you need to hear next on What's on Tap.
How do we keep our prices so low? That's easy. We've removed the middlemen. Yep, most landscape suppliers have a couple of them in there, and that's okay. But each one of those men in the middle means a higher cost for your mulch, decorative stone, flagstone, and boulders. Feel free to check around. For the quality of our products, you won't find better prices. Erickson's Landscape Supply. High-quality mulch and stone for a whole lot less. Commercial or residential, visit ericksonslandscapesupply.com to see our entire selection. You know, most mulch is reclaimed from landfills, but Erickson's mulch is ground from whole trees. Yep, we process the mulch ourselves to keep the prices nice and low, and use only premium colorant, so the beautiful look of new mulch lasts. At Erickson's, we never skimp, and that's why first-time shoppers become repeat customers. Erickson's Landscape Supply. High-quality mulch and stone for a whole lot less. Commercial or residential, visit ericksonslandscapesupply.com to see our entire selection.
We opened our store in like July 31st of 93. And a year later in August of 94, we sold a lot of furniture that month. I'm like, wow, we make money at that level.
Ben and Arvid Huth, brothers and owners of Penny Mustard Furnishings.
Of course, we didn't have any employees yet. And so it was easy for us to make money at that level. And that is where it clicked to me that this is going to work. We can afford to hire an employee. And it's going to work. We can take it to the next level, which at that point was hiring one guy.
You said it was easy to make things work when it was just us two. Only from a profit and loss standpoint.
Yes.
But from a work standpoint, it was 7 days a week. We were doing deliveries on Sunday mornings sometimes. We were...
we didn't have any expenses.
Yeah. But we didn't have a life either.
No.
We had no life other than work.
See more at pennymustard.com.
But we were okay with that. That's a decision we made. You know, that's the path we went down. We were okay with that.
When you run a team, you want great uniforms, and you know selling spiritwear is vital. That's why Burkhart Sporting Goods will create a free custom website for you to sell your families and players the coolest spiritwear from Nike and Under Armour, as well as the basics, while helping you fundraise at the same time. We take the hassle out of coordinating your team's apparel and make shopping and buying easy. So when you need awesome spiritwear and uniforms for your organization, you can't beat Burkhart.
You can't beat Burkhart.
Welcome back to What's on Tap on WTMJ. And now, feast your ears. This is the song you need to hear.
Most blokes are going to be playing at 10. These go to 11.
This is What's on Tap, sponsored by... Listen to me, I'm all excited. This is What's on Tap with Sandy Max, sponsored by Visit Milwaukee. If you think a violin is a stuffy, formal instrument, multi-talented Lindsey Sterling is going to bend your mind and impress you when she performs Friday on the Bank 5-9 main stage here at the Wisconsin State Fair. Her song Crystallize was her breakout song in 2012. It was a huge hit on YouTube, and she blends classical violin music with electronic dance music. And that YouTube exposure sent her very first album to #1 on Billboard's classical albums chart. So blending all these genres. Friday night, she brings her violins, dancing, aerial work, and all that spectacle to the Bank 5-9 main stage here at the Wisconsin State Fair. Lindsey Sterling, Crystallize is the song you need to hear on What's on Tap.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2.